Hi, this is Chuck Lavazzi with KDHX in St. Louis. Welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel on YouTube, where I talk to people in the performing arts about what they're performing. And with me here right now from St. Louis for a change, which is kind of unusual in these Zoom conversations, is Annie Sauerburger. Annie, welcome to the Culture Channel.
And I see Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I see you at your mom's house with a Christmas tree.
Yes, we are at with the Christmas tree that's fallen over twice, but it's standing now.
Now, we should mention that the main thing we're going to talk about is that you have a show coming up, your very first cabaret show at the Blue Strawberry here in St. Louis. It's on New Year's Day at 7:30. And people who want to get information on it can go to bluestrawberrystl.com. And I want to talk a bit about what the show is about. But first, I'd like to give folks a little background on you who may not know who you are. I mean, we've known each other for a few years. I've known your mom for a number of years. But for folks who don't know any of that, why don't you let them know how you got into theater and voice? I know you have a degree in theater performance and voice from University of Kansas, but how did you get into that, and where are you living now?
So I got into singing when I was about 9 years old, when I started taking voice lessons from Tim Shaw, founder of the Cabaret Project.
Right.
And the first song he ever put in front of me was Where's Love from Oliver. And that's the first time I've sang a musical theater song. I would see it at the Muni and stuff growing up, but that was the first time that I ever put myself into that place and really fell in love with it in the moment. And that's all I wanted to sing. And then I got into musicals in grade school, high school. So it just escalated from there. And it's just been something that I love and adore. And I've had a great relationship with my mom about it. I got her into it. And now I'm living in Long Island, New York, working for Studio Theater of Long Island. So it's come full circle. Started at 9 years old and now here we are. So it's crazy, but yeah.
We should mention for people who don't know that Tim Shaw is a very prominent cabaret artist in his own right here in St. Louis, and is the head of the St. Louis Cabaret Conference, which is a yearly cabaret training camp, so to speak, that we do here in St. Louis. I mean, you and I have both done it, and it's really a life-changing experience.
It is. It is. Yep. Love it.
And it gives you a deep dive into song performance. And of course, your mom, Jamie Sauerburger, is my professional colleague on the Cabaret Project of St. Louis, which is a nonprofit dedicated to cabaret. So anyway, for people who don't know, full disclosure. Now, the title of your show that you're doing at the Blue Strawberry is Brick by Brick. Is that, just to satisfy my curiosity, is that a Barnum reference?
It's a Kansas Over the Rainbow Wizard of Oz reference.
Oh, okay. That kind of brick.
It'll make more sense when you see the show, but yes, that's kind of the goal, to have a little Kansas joke in there. Because I went to Kansas, you have to do it.
Oh, right. And you're not in Kansas anymore.
I'm not in Kansas anymore. See, it keeps going. You keep the jokes going. It's fun. Yeah.
So the bricks in the yellow brick road, basically.
Yep, exactly.
Right. Where has the yellow brick road taken you then?
Oh gosh, so it started off in Missouri, and then we went to Kansas, of course, and now we're in New York, and hopefully sometime next year we'll move out of the Long Island part and go to the city part. So that's my Emerald City, is New York City. That's how we're thinking about it. That's what me and Ron have been like, okay, that's your Emerald City. So yeah.
We should mention that Ron is Ron McGowan, your music director. Sir. Who has done a lot of work here in St. Louis. How did you and Ron link up?
Ron, so the first time I ever played with Ron was, I don't know how many years ago, I want to say it was 2017. And I went to the Curtain Call Lounge by the Fox for their open mic night.
Right.
And he was playing, and we sang Over the Rainbow. That's the first song we ever played together. So that was the first night we had ever collaborated and sang. But ever since then, we gotten stronger. And this is actually my second cabaret. My first one was June 1st of 2019 that I put together with Ron McGowan and Meghan Kirk. And this is not my first time working with him, but he's just been the most amazing person. He makes me feel like I don't have to make all these decisions and that it can come naturally, and just to feel comfortable and sing not just what I want to sing, but things that I relate to and that other people can relate to. And he's been a great person to work with. I love every minute of it. Yeah.
That is so important in a music director,
It is.
to have someone that you have a real rapport with.
Right. Yeah. Because you're working together and like going through all these hours together, like trying to come up with something that in the end will be a show. So it's just this big process, and you want to do it with someone you trust and and yeah, you disagree on some things, but that's work and that's this business, and you just have to keep going, and hopefully something incredible will come out of it. So.
And your music director is kind of your musical tailor in a way, because
Yeah.
that's the person who's giving you a tailor-made musical suit in the arrangements, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I think it was Lena Katrakos who came up with that analogy, and it's a good one. So tell us, what can we expect in this show? I mean, I gather that it's pretty much autobiographical to a large degree.
Yeah, it's pretty much a personal journey, and that's what I would say. I don't want to give away too much because you have to come and see it to find out.
Right.
But I would say it's just about life. It's brick by brick, step by step, and how sometimes you make decisions in your life that at the time seem great, but do they end up great? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but not to regret those decisions, but just to keep going. And hopefully people relate to that, or reflect on this time in their life when they hear this one song. And because that's what I love about cabaret. When I go to cabarets, it's like I will always, almost every time, at least relate to one song, if not more, and just sit back and reflect on my own life. So I think that it's just, yeah, it is about my journey, but again, I hope it's a universal feeling and people can sit back and say, whoa, I've been through that, or whoa, that happened to me once. So it's all about not nailing being relatable to people, but just hoping that you have at least that spark in someone and just have that moment and just have a good time. It's just all about being on stage performing, which is my favorite place to be. And, hopefully people will like it and again, relate to it.
Ken Haller says that, cabaret is the art of telling stories through song, which is, it sounds like basically what you're doing. You're telling your own story, but doing it in a way that you think will resonate with most of the rest of us as well.
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of music? I don't want you to give me a playlist, but you can give me some general idea of the kind of things we're talking about. Great American Songbook, newer stuff, some mix.
So I'm someone, especially growing up, taking lessons from Tim Schall, really stuck to like musical theater, old time musical theater. And since I've grown up, I haven't veered away from that all the way. There's definitely some musical theater in there. I have some standards in there because I have a love for singing jazzy, bluesy, Ella Fitzgerald songs, because I like to think I have a smoky voice and it just sits well with me and I relate to it again. But I'll say one thing is I'm singing a song that is a pop song, and it's new, it's fun. It's a little out of my comfort zone, but that's what, it's my last cabaret. I wouldn't have done that. And this one I would. And it's just about challenging yourself. So I think there's some songs that people have heard me sing before, but there are also new ones and people are going to be like, oh, that's different for her. Or at least I hope so. So there's a little bit of everything. That's what I'll say. There's a little bit of everything.
Okay. Wide variety of stuff. This is good. And with Ron working with you, that should work out well.
Yeah.
That gives me a pretty good idea about what you're going to do. Really, I think we've covered the main things here because we wanted to let people know what kind of show it was going to be.
Right.
I mean, where do you hope to go from here? I mean, this is your first solo cabaret show. Where do you think the Brick Road's going to take you after this?
I just hope to keep singing. I hope the world and the people in our world will allow me to keep singing by being safe and by being smart. Yes. I think that's what we all want, because I think, not that my dreams have changed, but right now in this time, I just want to be safe enough to keep doing it. And that soon we'll all trust each other enough, and that it'll be a thing and it'll be normal again. But again, you have to keep singing in venues that are safe and are fun, and where people can let loose and forget about what's going on in the world, even if it's for an hour. So yeah, that's what I would say. Just keep going, keep singing, keep practicing, and we'll see where the Yellow Brick Road takes us.
Yeah, brick by brick. Yes.
Yeah, brick by brick. There you go.
Well, because I just to touch on something you touched on here, it is a difficult time for performing artists right now. We're recording this just a few days before Christmas. As we're recording this, the Omicron variant of the COVID virus is spreading widely. And it's a rough time to be in a profession where you have to get up in front of a bunch of people in a relatively crowded room without a mask on and perform. I
Right.
would think, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best, and of course, as a sometime performing artist myself, I wish all of us the best in
Yes.
the coming
Amen to
year.
that. Yep. And me as well. Me as well.
Let me remind people once again, you're going to do your show Brick by Brick at the Blue Strawberry here in St. Louis. The Blue Strawberry showroom, I should mention real fast, is a very nice cabaret room. It's got a great lighting system, nice professional sound system, table seating. They are operating under a very COVID careful arrangement. So those of you watching out there know that the Blue Strawberry has a mandatory vaccination policy and mandatory masking. So it is one of the safer venues you can go to. So be aware of that. And you can find out more at the bluestrawberrystl.com. And your show is going to be New Year's Day. Good way to start the year off. 7:30 p.m. at the Blue Strawberry on North Boyle here in St. Louis. Annie Sauerburger, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me and tell us what's all going on.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we have to have this talk, and it just feels good to be talking about performing again, doesn't it? It
Yes.
feels good.
Yes, it's good. We all hope for the best. Thanks very much. For
Thank
Chuck's Culture Channel, this is Chuck Lavazzi from KDHX saying see you next time.